Have you ever stopped to think about, well, how you think? I mean, what's actually going on in that inner world inside your head? Today, we're diving into the mind's eye, that place where you might see vivid pictures, or maybe you see nothing at all. And what's wild is, there seems to be a surprising link between how your mind's eye works and the kind of job you end up loving.
All right, let's try a little experiment right now. Go on, seriously, just close your eyes for a second. I want you to picture an apple. Got it? Okay, what exactly did you just see in your mind? Now, this is where it gets fascinating. For some of you, a perfect, shiny red apple probably popped into your head, maybe so clear you could almost reach out and grab it. But for others, there was nothing. Just the idea of an apple. You know it's red, you know it's round, you can describe it perfectly, but there's no actual picture there. So if you're in that second group and you're thinking, wait, is my brain broken? Don't. Whichever camp you fall into, your experience is totally, completely normal. We're just now starting to understand this incredible spectrum of human consciousness, and it all starts by giving these different experiences a name. If you only thought of the concept of the apple, you might have something called aphantasia. Now, this isn't a disorder or a defect, not at all. It's just a different way of processing the world. People with aphantasia think in facts, concepts, and memories, just without that voluntary movie playing in their heads. And on the complete opposite end of that spectrum, you've got hyperphantasia. This is for all of you who saw that photorealistic apple. Your mind's eye is basically a high-definition screen. You can conjure up images that are so vivid and detailed, it's almost like you're actually looking at them.
So, just how common are these things? Well, a big survey of 2,000 people recently dug into this very spectrum of inner vision, and what they found was pretty mind-blowing.
The researchers asked a really powerful question. Does the vividness of your mental imagery, or the total lack of it, actually nudge you towards certain careers? Could your mind's eye be acting like a sort of silent career counselor?
And the results showed this absolutely stunning pattern. It turns out that people with aphantasia are way more likely to work in scientific and technical fields. You know, STEM stuff like math, programming, engineering. Meanwhile, folks with hyperphantasia, they were heavily concentrated in creative jobs like art, writing, and design.
I mean, that's an incredible correlation, right? It can't just be a coincidence. So why is it happening? Well, one of the leading ideas is that it all comes down to the brain's problem-solving toolkit and the power of thinking in the abstract.
Here's the core idea. If your brain isn't busy creating pictures, it might be beefing up its other skills. Without a visual to lean on, your mind could become incredibly good at thinking in systems, in patterns, in pure concepts, which, hey, is the exact language of computer code and mathematical proofs. Just think about it this way. An artist with hyperphantasia can literally see the sculpture they want to create before they even touch the clay. But an engineer with aphantasia? They might design a complex system by focusing purely on the logic, the variables, the underlying principles, the abstract rules that make it work, without ever needing to see it in their head. That kind of abstract reasoning is a superpower for things like computer programming or systems engineering.
Okay, I want to be really clear about this. This is not about one way of thinking being better than another. Absolutely not. A vivid imagination is an incredible tool for an artist. A conceptual, systems-based mind is a powerhouse for a coder. They're just different cognitive tools, and each one is perfectly suited for different kinds of work.
So let's go back to that apple one last time. Whether you saw a crystal clear image or just the idea of an apple, what if that's not just a random quirk? What if it's actually a clue to your own hidden strengths? Realizing this could change everything about how we find the work we're meant to do. Careers that don't just fit our skills, but that are fundamentally in sync with the unique way our brains are wired. So is your way of thinking your own secret superpower?